Come on! Fuck! I hate when people refuse to lift weights because they say, I don't want to get too bulky. Bro, I've been trying to get too bulky. It's not that easy. No. 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 Come on. No. What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now, by no means am I going to be telling you you need to lift like that intensely, that heavy, that obnoxiously. But what I am telling you to do is just lift weights, resistance training. There are so many myths out there about lifting weight that are keeping people from actually reaping the benefits. Not everyone's goal is to lift as heavy as possible. Not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder. Not everyone wants to be a power lifter. Not everyone just wants to look like a gym rat. But I'm pretty sure everyone wants a better quality of life. I'm talking about things like going up and down a flight of stairs, things like carrying the groceries from the car to the front door, things like picking up a case of water bottles from Costco off the ground. You know what will make all three of those things, amongst many more, easier? Lifting weights, resistance training by any means, whether it be free weights, machines, bands, body weight, any type of resistance, it will help with these activities of daily living. But there's just so many myths out there that are keeping people from even approaching in the first place. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be going over the top myths that I hear and as a matter of fact cannot stand, and we're going to be debunking them so that way you can get going and start reaping the benefits of resistance training. Let's get it. So number one, and although this one can fall for both male and female, men and women, I hear it more so amongst the women. And that's the myth of lifting weights will make you look manly, will make you look bulky. They don't want to get too big. No, the only people that actually do end up getting too big, too bulky, too manly when it comes to lifting weights are those who have that actual goal. Bodybuilders. Why do they look the way they look from lifting weights? It's because that is their goal. Gym bros, gym rats, fit chicks, those that actually want to chase that excessively muscular look, yeah, obviously they're going to get there because that's, in fact, the reason why they're training that way. That is their sole goal. For you, women, you should not shy away from resistance training. The moment you pick up a dumbbell, no, you're not going to be packing on the pounds of muscle. That happens through years and years and years of consistent training, proper nutrition, adequate recovery, dedication, commitment, consistency. All of those factors taken into account, that's what's going to allow you to have that look that you're trying to shy away from. If you were to start lifting weights, yes, you will get in shape. Yes, your figure can improve in looks. If you're doing cardio, you're burning calories, yeah, you might lose some fat. You start lifting weights and actually pushing yourself the way you should, yeah, you will see some muscle growth. Yes, your overall physique will change, but for the better. You're gonna get a more aesthetic physique. But whatever you think that look would be from the moment you first start lifting weights, I guarantee you that's not gonna happen. Again, the only people that achieve that super muscular look, that is their actual goal. And on top of that, the people who are actually trying to push for that look are the people that are actually going to be getting on stage, competing in bodybuilding shows. So they're doing a little extra something to actually further that look. Trust me, whatever you see on social media, whatever you see in the magazines, whatever you see in the bodybuilding shows, there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes in terms of supplementation that they're taking to help them reach that way. You by no means will get there. Okay. So the second myth is that cardio kills gains. Bro, if you can't run or if you're out of shape, just say it. Now, I would like to start off by saying I will be making a more in-depth video explaining why this is nonsense. But to a certain degree, I understand how that myth came about. And by saying that it kills gains, it's not necessarily true. Without getting too technical, if you do cardio immediately after your resistance training, so right now I'm working upper body, if right after my last set of my last exercise, I decide to go on a 10-minute run, decide to go run a mile, decide to go do a couple sprints, I will still see muscle growth. I'll still see my gains from the upper body work that I did, the pushing and the pulling. But doing cardio immediately after the resistance training will just inhibit the amount of muscular gains that you'll get. It doesn't mean it's gonna kill it entirely. It's just gonna affect how much gains you'll get. So if possible, still do your cardio, but if you can, try to space it out. What I personally do is I do one resistance training session in the morning, and then I do my cardio session in the evening. So I got so many hours in between. If possible though, that would be the ideal case. I know many of us are in a time crunch. We're not gonna be going out to the gym a second time throughout the day, or we don't have time after work to go do another cardio session. You know, everyone's got different responsibilities, different schedule. We don't got all the time in the world. If you have to do your cardio within the same session as your resistance training, okay, fine. Here's what we can do. Try to minimize as much as you can the type of cardio you're gonna do. So after a good leg day, okay, afterwards, if you have to go on the treadmill, okay, try to keep it minimal. 10 minutes of treadmill, and this is not an exact number, I'm just making an example out of it, but try to make up that cardio elsewhere throughout the day. You gotta ask yourself, what are you doing the cardio for? Is it to lean out? If so, okay, there's other ways you can make it up. Through diet, monitoring those calories, or just burning calories by getting other movement in throughout the day. Get other walking breaks throughout the day. Another way you can go about it, if you have to get it all done in one session, okay, do whatever workout it is that you're doing. Let's just say I'm doing a chest workout. Afterwards, you can finish off with some type of HIIT conditioning. How about 3 sets of 45 seconds going all out, dumbbell from the floor, shoulder press, boom. That gets the heart rate up. It's only 3 sets of 45, burning those calories, go, go, go. Just a good finisher to the workout. But again, cardio does not kill gains. If you do your cardio immediately after your resistance workout, all it's gonna do is just affect how much muscle growth that you could possibly see. Now, again, I don't want to get too technical because I will make a video further explaining it, but it all has to do with cell signaling and the different motor pathways inside of your body. mTOR pathway, that's what's going to be triggered through mechanical stress, essentially resistance training. And then we got the AMPK pathway, which gets triggered through any type of aerobic work, endurance work, essentially cardio. Once the AMPK gets a little elevated, it starts inhibiting the mTOR pathway. But again, that's too sciencey, that's too technical. I'll make a whole separate video further explaining it and dumbing it down so you all understand. Okay. Third myth is thinking that you have to work within a certain rep range to see certain results. Now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, whatever your goal is, building muscle, building strength, without a doubt, you got to push yourself. But the amount of reps you do, yes, to a certain degree, does correlate with how much weight that you're lifting. If your goal is strength, obviously you're going to be lifting heavier, and as a byproduct of that, you're going to be able to do less reps. If you're training for hypertrophy, yes, ideally, or it makes common sense to go a little lighter, but more reps. Now, here's the thing though. What do we define as strength? Strength is pretty much just moving weight, producing force, output. If I were to do a set of 20 curls with the 20-pound dumbbells, okay, but next week, same thing. I'm gonna get 20-pound dumbbells, but this time 21 reps. The following week, 22. And keep in mind, all of these are pushing, going all out. Is that not me getting stronger? Obviously, it's an exaggeration. I don't really think anyone's going to be testing their 20 rep max on any given exercise, but you get the point I'm trying to make. When it comes to strength, it's just seeing improvements. Now, as a byproduct of that, will you also see muscle gain? Without a doubt, because you're seeing some type of progress. You're pushing yourself. There's some parameter of the workout, some variable that's getting manipulated, and as a byproduct, seeing results. When it comes to building muscle, there's so many different ways you can go about it. One of the most common one is manipulating the reps. It seems to be the common consensus that for any given exercise, 8 to 12 reps is the go-to. And yes, although that is the most reasonable, it is not the only way. The reason why I say reasonable is because, let's be completely honest, who's gonna sit there and do 4 sets of 30 reps, assuming that those 30 reps are adequate, good quality reps to contribute to a good working set? That means by the time you got that 30th rep, there's a strain, there's a burn, you couldn't have gotten one more. That's super time consuming. Why would we waste that much time doing 30 reps when instead we can cut it down to a third of the amount, only do 10, increase the weight, and we'll still get that same burning sensation by the time we hit that last 10th rep. So you see, although yes, rep ranges can vary, it just makes more sense to go with a certain rep range. That's not to say that you can get away with doing 30 reps. You can. You look at the research, you look at the articles out there, it's been proven you could even go up to 50, 60 reps as long as however many given reps that you're doing. The reason why you fatigued and the reason why you couldn't do more is because you're adding that strain to the muscle. You couldn't have done 1 or 2 more left at the very end. If you're pushing to the point where even after that last rep, you could have only done 1 or 2 more reps left in the tank, then yes, that is a good quality working set. But if we're going up to 50 reps, let's be completely honest here. How many of you are actually getting up to that 50th rep on any given exercise, and it's actually your muscular endurance giving out, and it's more of your cardiovascular endurance giving out? So you see, yes, you can go super high rep sets as long as you're pushing yourself and you leave 1 or 2 left in the tank, then that is by definition a good working set, and working sets are what give you the results of muscle gain. Not warm-up sets, working sets. But it's just super tiring. It's just not convenient. There's a time and place for it, but for the common folk, I mean, come on now. Let's go a little heavier. Let's go ahead and lower the amount of reps. Same for that sweet spot. Me personally, I go anywhere from 6 reps, no more than 15. So don't get too caught up in the rep scheme thinking that there's only one set of numbers that's going to give you the results you want, whether it be strength or muscle. Just know you have to push yourself. There you have it, everyone. 3 myths debunked. Now, do you have to lift as heavy as I am? No. Do you have to be the strongest person in the world? No. Do you have to be a bodybuilder? No. But should you lift weights? Without a doubt. Not everyone's goal is to lift as much as humanly possible. Not everyone's goal is to be as big as possible, but everyone's goal should be to have an improved quality of life. And a lot of everyday activities, going up a flight of stairs, getting in and out of your car, getting groceries, picking up a laundry bin off the ground, climbing a ladder, all these things will be a lot easier if you train these same movement patterns in the gym via resistance training. Free weights, machines, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, whatever it may be, do it. Don't let all these myths keep you from actually reaching what could be a beneficial health change for you. Start lifting weights, do it safely, proper form. I guarantee you'll see results in not only your physique, but how you feel and how you perform in everyday activities. Hopefully this video was helpful. Comment down below any other myths that I didn't go over that you hear commonly and are just curious. Is it a myth? Is it not? Or if you know one that is already debunked, go ahead, let everyone know. Let's try to help each other out. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.